We've been here about 10 seconds, and the Cougars have come this close twice. It's 1-1, 4:18 on the clock. Calvin Castine at Northeastern Clinton. This is Peru versus Northeastern and varsity boys. Soccer, we just finished wrapping up a volleyball match, Beekmantown at Northeastern. After covering cross country to start the afternoon, went inside, covered the varsity volleyball.
Do you run with them? With the camera?
I run backwards in front of the leader. Whoa!
We're gonna have another one.
Looks like they're looking for an own goal.
4 chances for $1.
Clock ticking down to 3:32 right now. And we will be handing this mic over at the halftime to Joe Southwick, unless he runs away and hides. Oh, we obviously don't have our rosters in front of us, so get those at the half. We wanted to come on as quickly as we could, just in case somebody put one across while we were setting up our camera. We thought we'd get the rosters for the second half. We're only 3 minutes away from that. It's a Tuesday, September 17th, 2013. Very pleasant evening on our hands.
That is the harvest moon, by the way.
Got the harvest moon up there?
Yep. Got that on the news today.
Okay.
I can even tell you the difference between the harvest moon and any other full moon.
Oh, okay. I thought the harvest moon was the second moon of the month, full moon of the month. But explain the difference.
Again, this is what I heard, and the reason it's called the harvest moon is shot on goal. The reason it's called the harvest moon is because it comes up quicker, and it stays full all night long.
All night long.
Thus allowing the farmers to
get their harvest in. Oh. Well, maybe we'll have to go home and do some harvesting when I get done here.
You better. Sort of like making hay while the sun's shining.
Yeah. Getting in your corn while the moon is glowing.
While the harvest moon is up. Who's going to get that call? Oops, I forgot to say it was 2 minutes to go.
Oh, no. Maybe you can say the 1 minute.
I probably could.
There's a corner, and...
It wasn't really a corner.
No, you're right. See, that's why I need you, Joe. That's why I need you.
It was a foul, but it played like a corner.
Yeah, I know. Clock ticking down. We're moments away from the 1 minute warning. Under the harvest moon.
One minute.
There it is. Something special about the 1 minute warning when it's a harvest moon.
Well, when it is a harvest moon, you're only supposed to do the 1 minute.
As opposed to the 2 minute.
Right, under any other moon. Yeah, you can learn a lot from Lawrence Hayes. Come on. You better hurry up. You only got 30 seconds.
Cougars take a quick restart. That is normally a good idea. Manera didn't pan out. We're down to 12, so we'll be starting our
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And at the end of the first half, it's 1-1 on the scoreboard. Peru and Northeastern. We'll be right back. And hopefully the next voice you hear will be that of the voice of Cougar Sports, Joe Southwick. I thought I'd start the half with Ken Bushy.
Why not?
Better than starting it with Randy Lozier. What's he doing? Telling them which end is up on the ball. Is that what
Giving
you're
them
doing?
lessons, yeah. Are we on the air?
We're on the air.
We're on the air. All right, folks, we are here for the second half of action here at the Northeastern Clinton Central School with the Cougars hosting the Indians of Peru Central School. After a 1-1 first half, we start ourselves all anew with 40 minutes to settle this Northern Soccer League Division I match. The first half of play was actually very evenly played. I didn't get a look at the shots on goal, but I got to believe they were pretty close. The Cougars definitely had the edge in corner kicks, as they had 4 in a row there with under 2 minutes to go, or under 3 minutes to go actually, and had a couple of decent scoring opportunities, but haven't been able to get one past Guy Lovelace ever since the about the 4-minute mark of the first half, when Rodney Grimshaw took one of those long throw-ins and just glanced off the hands of Lovelace and went off the post, and one of the Cougars was there to tap it in. Can you tell me who scored that first goal for Northeastern?
Yeah.
It was Jordan Berlotti. Yeah, it was number 3 for sure. And then on the other side was, there's an awful good shot right there, and that one goes just wide of the net. Good opportunity there by the Indians, and number 4 was Peter Daly, who just barely missed a header on a near post off of a nice delivery there by I'm not sure who, but it was well done anyway. So the Indians with some good pressure here. There's another good opportunity. Vassar comes out and plucks that one out of the air. And the goal scorer for the Indians was off a direct kick, I believe, wasn't it?
Yep, and it was by Dylan Bridges,
Dylan Bridges.
assisted by Spear.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't on a direct kick then.
No.
All right. I was busy chatting with somebody when that goal went in, but it looked like it was the shot came from a long distance out, and so. But Bridges gets credited with the goal, Spear with the assist. I got to believe that Rodney Grimshaw got an assist on the Northeastern goal, but I can't be absolutely certain yet. I'm getting a nod from the scorekeeper. So anyway, we're 2.5 minutes into the second half here, and so far the Indians have had the bulk of the scoring opportunities, with Peter Daly with a grade A scoring opportunity, and then another one off the corner kick. Here's a nice ball for Parent. Parent trying to work around the defense, gets it down the end line, puts a nice cross that gets headed away, but there's an opportunity, and it's in the back of the net. So good work there by Ryan Parent to work that ball deep into the end line, and puts a cross in that the Indians failed to clear, and it is a Berlotti again, possibly.
Number 3.
I believe so. Yeah. So Jordan Berlotti with the goal, Ryan Parent with the well-deserved assist on that good independent play to pull it down to the end line and put a nice cross that the Indians failed to clear, and Berlotti made no mistake on that one-timer. So Cougars go up by a 2-1 score with just right at 3 minutes gone in the second half. What's up?
Cougar goal scored by number 3, Jordan Berlotti. Assisted by number 20, Ryan Parent.
So as the scoreboard would indicate, the score is now 2-1.
If it were up to date.
Oh, there it goes. And now we're going to whistle on that play as the Cougar player is a little slow to get up. That is the goal scorer, Berlotti, who actually has both goals for the Cougars set this evening.
Maybe he's got a contract out on him there.
Yeah, I think at this point they might be headhunting, but we won't.
No. Okay.
We won't cast aspersions.
Just kidding.
And there's a nice ball that pops up in the air off of the head of the Cougar attackers. For anybody who's seen any of the games so far this year, and I think the only ones we've covered were in the preseason tournament, but you might notice that Coach Hawksby has moved some of his key personnel around. He's moved right. And I'll think of his name, even if I have to look it up. Garrett Begor from his usual sweeper spot up to center mid, and has moved Rodney Grimshaw back into the sweeper spot, which at this point is actually offensively has proved pretty decent and no letdown on the defensive end. So give Coach Hawksby credit for moving his personnel around and trying to find something as they've dropped the first two Division I games. Here's Leduc. He finds himself in a sea of blue jerseys, and that ball gets given up, sent to the back line, and Grimshaw will push it forward, but sends it right back to the Indians. Here's Daly with it. He loses it. Begor sends it up for Parrott. Parrott is going to send one down the line, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Indians will throw in. That one gets by Sample, but right back to Parrott. And here's Sample. He's going to try to send Parrott down for the flag, but goes out of bounds. Here's Tetro with it. And he gets it taken off of his foot by Dylan Bridges, the goal scorer for the Indians. And this is Dick and Plessis Blair working, trying to get some offense going. Isaac Nixon now has it on the left side. He's going to switch fields and send it in, but there's an opportunity that will one hops right to Vassar. Number 8 is, I believe that was number 8. Number 6, I'm sorry. Number 6 is, Dylan Baker. Puts a good shot on goal from just outside the 18. It one hops right to Brady Vassar. There's no problem with that. So. We got just over 7 minutes gone here in the first half. I'm sorry, in the second half. Seems like the first half.
Yes. Seems like we just got it.
Yeah. Unlike Calvin, I've just been doing pretty much nothing all afternoon. He's been doing cross country and volleyball and I'm sure a few other things. But and finally, the Cougar defense picks the ball up, but Tetro trying to take that one on the fly, kind of overruns the ball, and the Indians clear it to midfield. This one is pushed down the left side. Back inside for Berlotti, but it's cut off there by the Indians and kicked out of bounds.
We should point out, Joe, that the countdown is on here, the count up. Coach Dale Hawksby has 297 career victories right now. So.
297 career victories, so that's certainly something to brag about.
Almost as many as his JV coach, Frank Dumas, was well over 300.
All right, well, there you go. This is Jacob Dick, sends one long, but a little bit too far, and is taken care of there by Dusso, I believe. He puts it out for Berlotti. That one comes up to the wing and sent to the back line. And Bridges clears, but Dusso comes up and moves it, but it's taken away there by the Indians, and Push forward, trying to come up with some sort of an attack. And Tetro heads that one forward just a little bit too far, and Lovelace comes off his line and pick that one up before anything bad can happen. Number 1 is Justin Laporte. We're on the right side for the Indians in the contest. Good play there by Nixon to break that up. Tetro pushes one wide for Leduc, and he can't catch up to it before he kicks it out of bounds. So, well, the Indians will have a throw in on the Cougars side of midfield. And we've got just over 10 minutes gone.
I mentioned Randy Lozier. We should give the other fellow credit too.
Our officials for tonight's contest are Jerry Kowalowski and Randy Lozier, a veteran crew, to be sure. On a beautiful evening for soccer here at Northeastern Clinton. Here's a nice pass in for Sample, back for Tetro. Tetro gets a shot off, but it's blocked by Nixon, so good work there. And Tetro goes down, but no whistle on that one. And the Indians are able to relieve the pressure. But, good ball movement there between Vigor and Chase Sample and Austin Tetro. There's a ball that's sent into the box and will roll over the end line for a goal kick. So Cougars with some decent sustained pressure here in the last minute. So again, we have 28 minutes and 45 seconds to play here in the second half. Cougars with a 2-1 lead over the visiting Indians of Peru Central. Always a spirited matchup. And Calvin mentioned to me yesterday, I believe it was, that this is the first time that you can recollect that the Indians have come to play under the lights.
Yep. Yep. This either team, boys or girls, well, under the lights in the regular season.
In the regular season,
yeah,
sure.
I mean, they've been here in the tournaments and stuff. But, and this is, I think, 91 was the first full season of the lights here, so
Right.
it's a lot of years.
Yeah, that's a lot of years. So, well, we welcome them. Might have been too hot in the afternoon anyway, although I don't
I don't think so.
I don't think so. This is Blesses Belair, runs into a couple of Cougar defenders and sends that ball back up. Nixon with some good tough work here, but he loses it out of bounds. All right, his call goes against the Indians. Cougars will put this ball in play. Grimshaw sends one to the top of the box. And the Indians gain control. This is Dick with it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Will be a Indian throw-in. That one's kicked forward by Laporte. Grimshaw plays it first and turns it and sends it over the touchline. 26:30 to go here in the first half. Your Spear with it. He's looking to turn against Dusso. And he fails to do so.
A play on words, huh?
It was. So the Cougars will have a goal kick with 14 minutes gone here in the second half. Yeah, that one takes a funny bounce. Gets over the head of Jacob Brown, I believe it is, over on the right side there in the midfield. Once again, Indians with a throw-in. This is Plessis Blair. He'll try to get a shot off, but it's blocked there by Parent. And we get bodies flying all over the place, and looks like it's going to be going to result in a direct kick for the Indians. So the Indians with a opportunity on a set piece here. So Spear will take this kick. My gut tells me he'll shoot it at the goal. And it gets stopped there. Nice play, and there's an opportunity by Daly, but it puts it off the post. Vassar came out to cut down the angle. Nice, good ball by Spear to get it on the foot of Jacob Dick, who turned around and laid it off for Peter Daly, who was coming in on the left side. So the Cougars get caught sleeping there just a little bit, and the Indians with a nice set piece there that certainly could have ended up in the back of the net. Daly going for the short post, and Vassar had it played pretty decent, but that's what the goalposts are all about. So the Cougars clear the ball out, but Indians quickly regain possession. And I don't think Mr. Spear did himself a whole lot of good there by protesting that last call, because Spear again, working against a couple of defenders. There's a push it into space. And he goes down. And he's going to get that call. And it will result in a direct kick for the Indians. About 35 yards out. This is Nixon on the kick. Chips it to the 18. Headed forward. Here's a good opportunity. Sent in the front. Loose ball there, but the Fort can't get a foot on it. Neither can anybody else. And we got a whistle on the play. We may have got a handball on that whole deal, as the ball probably popped up and caught somebody in the hand. So the Indians with a couple of good scoring opportunity here off of set pieces in the last couple minutes, and Cougars able to stand tall on the defense. Here's Nixon once again, turns the ball around. Brown fails to get it up to the winger. Trying to get it outside for Tetro, and Laporte sends it back up the other way. Here's Spear with it again. Once again he goes down, and it will result in another direct kick for the Indians. So referee Kowalski calls that one back because the ball was put in play before it stopped moving, and he didn't feel that was appropriate. So the Indians looking to get a quick restart, which is always a good idea. Did it a little too quickly, and ball goes out of bounds. So the Cougars will have a throw-in and a substitution. That one's booted to the back line. Bridges is there. Sample gets pushed off the ball, and we'll get a whistle on that one. It's Andrew Newsel, number 16, gets whistled for the aggressive play. Here's Berlotti, I believe, chips that one in, comes to the end line. Parent tries to save it, but just a little bit too long. So Indians will have a goal kick with creeping up on the halfway mark here of the second half.
Under the harvest moon.
Under the harvest moon, as it were. All right, Spear with it once again. Midfield, drops it off for Plessis Belair. Tries to chip one forward for Daly. Daly has to turn for it, but comes back. This is Newsel. He's going to put it wide for Daly. Daly picks it up at the top of the box, but loses the handle on it. And it's sent to Bigor, who sends it back, but it's controlled once again by the Indians. This is Dick, and he's going to put a shot on goal that's going to go across the goal mouth, but is going to be deflected, I guess, and will end up as a corner kick for the Indians. So Jacob Dick with a nice move to turn the corner on the corner of the 18 and send a low shot that apparently one of the Cougars got a foot on and deflected it just wide. I think Vassar had it played pretty decent anyway. But that ball is sent to the back of the box. It's headed forward. Spear gets a head on it, hits the ground, and it's kicked out of bounds. So the Indians with a throw in. Here's Spear. This is Dick. Takes it to the box. It's knocked away there by one of the Cougar defenders, but number 17 is Matthew Polhemus. Comes in and puts a foot on it, but it goes out of bounds. It will end up being a throw-in for the Cougars. 18 minutes to play here in the second half, still with the Cougars holding on to that 2-1 lead on goals by Berlotti in the first half and second half. There's a mistake by the Indians, but Bridges covers up. Nixon turns around and sends it forward. And the ball goes out of bounds. I'm going to guess that that's Brendan Booten over there, number 2. May have said the wrong name. Here's Dick. Bringing the ball down, has plenty of support. Takes it to the top of the key. Top of the 18. And puts a low left-footed shot on goal, and Vassar scoops it up. Thought maybe he was taking a three-point shot from the top of the key.
Or drive the lane, whatever.
Right. Here's Daly. And that one gets by everybody. And Stein and Parent work over. Number 3 is Jesse Dick. He's got the ball back now, takes it to the edge of the box. But Bigor turns that around, sends it for Stein, who pushes it up to midfield. Nixon misplays it temporarily, but gets it back and sends it wide. This is Laporte. And he gets that ball knocked out of bounds. That one's booted towards the box. Here's a dangerous play, but Vassar makes a nice move to pick that one out of the air over the head of Peter Daly, who is not known for his extra height, so that played to the strengths of Brady Vassar, who probably has about a at least 6 inches on Peter Daly, and was able to pick the ball off above his head. And that's going to result in a whistle there, so the Cougars will have a free kick. Probably rather wish they had the throw in at this point from there. I think he might be able to throw it farther than he can kick it. Anyway, Cougars with a direct kick. 15 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the second half. Grimshaw will chip that to the top of the box. Tetro gets a head on it. Here's Berlotti. He's got control of it. Turns around, has it on the end line. Still has it. Sends it wide. Parent gives chase. He's going to get there in time. And then kicks it out of bounds. Stop the clock, please. And we got an injury. Okay. All right. After the injury timeout, we are back at it here in a moment or two.
Good throw.
These are the Indians with the throw in. Referee Lozier with a quick equipment check. And we are back at it. Bigor sends the ball forward, but Indians respond. And that one gets sent forward. Indians on the attack. This is Jacob Dick. And he creates some space. Ball comes loose. And Daly is going to get called for being offside. As the unfortunately overran the ball, or actually the ball was kicked behind him, and that created the offside situation. So the Cougars put it back in play, up to midfield. This is Tetro with it, and he's double teamed there. Stein sends it forward, headed the wrong way by Nussel, and there's a collision. And we're going to have a whistle on the play. As Brendan Booten was coming in, the goalie did not have clear position on that, but the referee's always going to give that to that call to the goalie as the collision occurred, and Booten gets called for the charge. Do you have something to say about that?
Yeah, he kind of ignored the ball that last split second.
Maybe he couldn't see it. I don't disagree with the call one bit. And that'll be a goal kick. So the Cougars applying some good pressure here at the 13-minute mark. 13 to play, that is. Trying to add to the 2-1 lead, while in fact keeping the Indian offense from doing any damage. Here's Booten, and he turns and sends one into the crowd. That one's Grimshaw puts one into the center. Nice play there by Bigor to flick it. And that ball was sent forward probably just a little bit too far, and Lovelace comes out and takes it on the fly, but kicks it right back to the Cougars. Here's Tetro, pushes it wide for Bellotti. Nixon makes a play on that one, and it gets sent over the end line. Here's Dick working against the Cougar defense, and he gets called for a little aggressive play. So the Cougars will have a restart. Booten sends one to the right side for Parent. And they'll watch it go out of bounds. Cougars with the throw in. Just under 11 minutes to play. That ball comes into the box, headed by Tetro, but Lovelace watches it go wide of the net. And the ball is put in play. As Bigor sends one into the box. Parent gets a head on it, but Lovelace stays with it and has the ball bounce right up into his hand. So, again, the Cougars picking the ball up and sending it back in the box and not allowing the Indians to get anything going offensively. So, this time, Spear turns it around and sends it forward. Cougars' little miscommunication there and let it hit the ground. Stein knocks it out towards midfield. And this time Dick makes a nice play there, takes it to the top of the box. He's slowed down there. Spear will get a shot off that's blocked. But Indians are there first. Here's Spear again at the top of the box. Wooten works him over and gets the ball away from him. Stein has it. He turns and sends it back, but it goes off of Booten, and I think you want to stop the clock. And the Peru player is going to receive a yellow card for
what? What's the time?
What's the time? The time is 22.
31,
No, I'm sorry. No, 30,
57.
57. 3057.
The time you got
3057.
305.
3057.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I would say it's unsportsmanlike conduct for deliberately shoving that player out of the way for taking the ball off his foot.
And maybe kicking him a little bit wide.
I didn't see that part of it. I'm sorry. Might have got blocked by that pole right
He's
there.
retaliating a little bit, but can't retaliate.
No, it was no doubt a retaliation. So the Cougars will restart. 9:07 to play. This is Nixon with it. Sends it wide. Here's Berlotti. And we got a whistle on that play, and it will go against the Cougars. So
Where's Spear? Is he out? Is he on the bench?
he will have to stay out at least until the next substitution. Allowable substitution, that is. Here's Dick. He's got Daly flanking him. Cougars collapse on him and still gets the ball back. Has some support. And finally gives the ball up. And that one rolls out of bounds. Number 15 is Ethan Brown for the Indians. Haven't called his name to date. Dick once again, working hard, still has the ball, sends it into the center, but it's cleared out there by the Cougar defense. The Indians playing a little bit of sense of urgency here, have moved some of their players up and are now applying some pretty good sustained pressure, and we'll see how well these Cougars are going to defend here. So Sample collects the loose ball and sends it down the field, gets it by Behemoth, but Indians are able to regroup and send the ball back the other way. We're closing in on about 7 minutes to play here in the second half. Once again, the Indians with a good deal of pressure of late, but the Cougars able to relieve some of that and push them back with this long throw-in, which is a weapon at any turn. I would say that Coach Hawksby will probably keep bringing his player up to take that throw. Run a little few seconds off the clock while he gets there.
Taking a little extra time here.
Well, you want to make sure. See, the ball was slippery.
That's a
He didn't take enough time to clean it off. Here's Dick once again. And he loses his balance and goes down. But that call is going to go against the Cougars. Dick sends the ball to the top of the box. It's cleared out there by Leduc. Dick once again tries to put it in the center, comes right out to Newsel, who has it knocked away by Bigor. A good opportunity there by Andrew Newsel, but it was well played by Garrett Bigor. Dick tries to send one in the center. Cougar defense has it, sends it out to midfield. This is Bridges. It goes off of his foot, but he has time to recover. As Sample closes in on him, that should be a handball. That's number 15. I said I hadn't called it. That's Ethan Brown over on the right side once again. And Bigor has it. And now we got a whistle on the play. Stop the clock. And we've got another injury. All right. So after the injury timeout, there's a nice header by Tatro off the direct kick. But unfortunately, hits it right at Guy Lovelace, who had it played very well. There's Brown with it. Sends it wide for Sample. Sample pushes it down to the corner. Nixon is the first one there. Brown knocks it down. But Lovelace comes out and covers up. We have 4 minutes remaining here in the second half. And that call is going to go against the Indians for a push from behind. And the Cougars will have a direct kick just inside of midfield. Grimshaw pushes it to the right side, headed forward by Tatro, but that's going to roll over the end line as well. Well, the Indians will put the ball in play. See if they can't mount some more offensive surges here with 3 minutes to go. Here's Jesse Dick sends one up to, are they brothers? Jesse and Jacob? Guessing. We don't know.
All right, that ball is thrown up over the midfield stripe, but Indians get it back towards the attacking zone. But Calanduso's there to turn it around, and it's sent back up to the back line. Indians with a throw in. And Dick sends it forward. This is Booten doing some good work over on that sideline.
2 minutes.
So we're inside 2 minutes to play here at Northeastern Clinton Central School.
We should point out that we just finished enjoying Michigan here.
Yes.
Courtesy of the Booster Club.
Courtesy of the Booster Club and their fine cooks down below us here in the Booster Club snack bar. We appreciate their generosity of feeding the help, or whatever we're called.
The talent.
The talent. That's what it is. All right. Here's Nixon playing the ball. Ryan Parrott steals it from him, but it's out of bounds. That one goes out of bounds.
Last week in Shazy, I was 26 seconds away from going home, and Shazy tied it up against Seton Catholic.
Oh, boy. And Chase Sample will send one into the box. Loveless will turn around and get it started back the other way quickly, but unfortunately goes right to one of the Cougar players, and it gets knocked out of bounds. So we're inside of a minute to play. Cougars doing the best they can to keep the ball away from the Peru Indians. And at this point, have it long ways away from any kind of danger. So they're doing what they need to do to get Coach Hawksby a well-deserved win, and then it would be the first of this young season for the Cougars in Division I.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the final horn sounds, and that'll wrap it up for this Northern Soccer League Division I matchup between the visiting Indians of Peru Central School and in the Northeastern Clinton Cougars. Cougars coming away with a hard-fought 2-1 victory to notch their first win in the regular season here at early on in the Northern Soccer League's Division I. We thank you for watching Hometown Cable Television. You should be supporting.